Guys, welcome to my channel. If you're new, my name is Din and I'm going to show you how to prepare your ingredients, mix the spices and then cook the dish. Very simple method I'm going to use, so please follow the instructions carefully. So let's cook. Today I have set up my kitchen outside in my outdoor kitchen area because I'm going to prepare all my recipes here. Anyway, these are the spices we're going to use today. I have my beef for my beef Madras and also some chicken because I'm going to do some more recipes as well. So this is my cook day today. This is my faithful friend Max. He's a Rhodesian Ridgeback. He's just waiting for me to finish so we can go for a walk, I suppose. Anyway, I always buy my meat as a one piece and chop it up to size I want, but you can get your butcher to do this for you. I'm using about a kilo of beef. It doesn't matter about the fat because the fat will all disappear in the cooking process, and it also gives flavour to the meat curry anyway, so don't worry about the fat. In a saucepan, cut up your onions, roughly about 500 grams of onions I'm using, 2 tomatoes, a handful of coriander and 2 tablespoons of garlic and ginger paste, 5 green chilies and also cardamom pods, 5, cinnamon stick 2 pieces and 3 or 4 bay leaves. With that, add 1.5 cups of oil and also 2 teaspoons of salt. Put it on high heat to bring it to boil stage, like so. We want to get it a little bit more. Stir. What we're going to do is try to get everything to release their water, like the onions and the meat. We're not going to add any water at this stage. We want to bring it to really boiling stage, then turn it right down to low and let it simmer for 50 minutes and let it cook in its own juices. Like so. Now what we do is basically turn it right down to very low, so it's just gently cooking, and this is the way you cook the meat, very tender. I use a timer, so put a timer on at this stage for 50 minutes and then just keep an eye on it, stir occasionally and keep stirring it, because what we want to do is break down the onions, so to give a nice sauce. It's looking very good now, as you can see. The onions are breaking down, but we're still not there yet. So this will still have to carry on cooking. If by chance your water is getting too dry, then you can always add a little bit more water, but make sure it's boiling hot water. During this process, always keep an eye on your curry, stirring to make sure it's not burning, otherwise that's it, all ruined. We want to gently simmer for this next 50 minutes. If by any chance you find the meat is still hard at this stage, just cook it a little bit longer, maybe another 15 minutes. We're nearly there now to add the spices. So this is what happens. We are getting to the oil stage all the onion is broken down lovely into a sauce, and the meat is quite tender now, but it's going to cook another half an hour, so basically it'll be even more tender. As you can see, all the oil has come up. Don't worry about the oil, because at the end stage I'm going to take some of this out, but we need the oil to fry the spices and give the texture to the gravy. Just keep stirring and stirring to break it up even more. Now we add the spices to turmeric, about 1.5 teaspoon. Coriander powder, about 2.5 teaspoon. Cumin, about 1 teaspoon. Paprika, 1 teaspoon. And chili powder. This stage you add 2 teaspoons of chili powder to make it a Madras. I'm only adding 1 because it's a bit too hot for me. You can add more if you want. If you add another teaspoon, that's 3 teaspoons, you get yourself a vindaloo. And some Meith leaves. Give it a good stir, because what we're going to do is fry in all the spices in the oil. The meat is nice and tender, but if the meat isn't tender for some reason, before you add the spices, carry on cooking it. Add 3 tablespoons of lemon juice. We're nearly ready now. We're going to just add the water to give us our sauce. Add a little at a time and give it a good stir. This is basically breaking the onions even more to make a smoother sauce. This is like you're making the base gravy and the curry all in one. So just carry on. Just add a little water at a time until you get your right consistency. We don't want the sauce to be too thick at this stage or too wet. Basically we want it so that it's going to cook for another 20-25 minutes for the spices to cook out. So we need it a little bit thin so the meat can still carry on cooking it, and the spices will take some of the water as well, so bringing it to the right thickness you want. Give it a taste, see if the salt is alright as well at this stage. After adding the water, bring it to the boil, put the lid on, turn it down to a low heat and just let it cook gently for about 25 minutes to half an hour. and this will be look, lovely sauce, nice and smooth, and that's it, job done. You have your beef Madras as promised. Please comment in the comment box. You have all the ingredients in the description, so let me know how you go on. This is what I mean. Now just lift it up to an angle and just remove as much oil as you want. There's no oil in the curry itself, it's just all floating at the top. This is the beauty of cooking this way. So all the oil goes, that's it, nice and healthy, just the meat curry and the sauce. Enjoy, and tell your friends.